Yee.
Hello and welcome to Wolfcast, episode 11. Yay!
Ah!
Our baby's growing up.
Our baby's growing up. 11
Almo-
episodes.
Almost a teenager.
We're in this right before those preteen years. Gotta start getting angsty. It's not a phase, Mom.
I got your picture! No, I'm just kidding.
Dear Maria.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about anime and cartoons, some of our favorite stuff.
I don't watch anime, so I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
enjoy the ride.
You're telling me you've never watched an anime?
Unless you count Pokemon or What If, like the new Marvel show, and I
Wait.
don't think they count as anime. I've
Pokemon?
not watched.
Pokemon counts as an anime.
Yeah, it was created in Japan.
It was created in Japan and is referred as the Pokemon anime.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, so I watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
You never watched Dragon Ball Z?
Yep.
That's an anime.
Mm-hmm. Watch, what was it? Rurouni Kenshin, Cowboy Bebop,
Nope.
Trigun, which those are
Nope.
my two favorite ones. I love those ones.
Gundam.
Not
Gundam.
Naruto, not
Big O.
Boruto.
I hated Big O. I was never a fan of the Big O one. I don't know why. Just Big O, I was just like, nah. But let's see. Does that make a mess?
Because you gotta do this history.
I gotta do our, we gotta do our smart part of our smart codcast.
Codcast.
Codcast. All about a fish here. Hey, what do you get the fish with no eyes? It's a fish. So the history of anime can be traced back to the start of the 20th century, with the earliest verifiable films dating from 1907. Before the advent of film, Japan already had a rich tradition of entertainment with colorful painted figures moving across the projection screen in Shishie. It's really, I had to look up how to pronounce that. A particular Japanese type of magic lantern show popular in the 19th century. Possibly inspired by European phantasmagoria shows, Tsuchiya showmen used mechanical slides and developed lightweight wooden projectors that were handheld so the several performers could each control the motions of different projected figures.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a moving puppet show.
On your notes over there was another mention that would technically be an anime that you might have watched on 4Kids, Alpha. Because it was on 4Kids for a while. It had a 4Kids dub.
Mm-hmm.
Astro Boy.
Yep. Astro Boy.
You never watched Astro Boy?
Not that I can recall.
Huh.
Well, what's funny is Astro Boy is actually the very first anime that ever came to America.
1963?
Yep, 1963. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. I thought, and I didn't know it was that, like, I'd say that recent, but when it came to as a 6 being, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I had my ears on my ear.
Okay. You got.
And then I have for cartoons. Shut up. The first animated film, Phantasmagoria, was in 1908. It was, what was it? It was animated picture shows that saw reality in movies. So it was by the Gaumont Company in Paris. So again, the French again making the first films.
You gotta love the French.
Right? They had the first movie picture, and now they have the first cartoon, and that's pretty cool. I know I grew up watching cartoons all the time.
Yeah, and then you got a lot of your older, your cartoon movies. What is that guy's name? Is it? It's not Yoshi P. Is Final Fantasy, but who's the other guy? Kojima. Hideo Kojima.
That's good. That's Nintendo, ain't it?
Is Kojima Nintendo?
I don't know. I didn't look that one up.
I watched
Howl's Moving
YouTube
Castle. Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh yeah, hang on. I don't know his name.
I watch a YouTube channel that talks about like video games and stuff, and that name sounds real familiar.
Hideo Kojima might be Nintendo.
I don't want the IMDb. I want. It'll
Please
say
wait.
here. I'm fine. Please wait. Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
What
it's
does
Studio
it?
Ghibli, but what's the guy's
I'm
name?
looking. I'm looking.
We'll be back after this commercial break.
Director.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, Miyazaki, that's right. I
Hayao-
knew it was familiar because Dark Souls was made by a guy with the last name Miyazaki. Or he sounded familiar to Miyazaki. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it is Miyazaki, but that's how I always tried to remember it.
I do love Miyazaki films, so they are so
Studio
pretty.
Ghibli did fantastic with all of their movies.
Oh yeah, I think Howl's Moving Castle is gonna be my absolute favorite, and then I actually didn't watch Kiki's Delivery Service. I need to watch it.
I didn't either. I didn't watch Pollo.
Which one? No, that was a big like giant gray and white cat thing, right?
No, that was the fish.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That one's really
Ponyo.
adorable.
I said Pollo. It's
Pollo.
Ponyo.
It's not fish. No, Ponyo's really adorable. I do like that. Where is this at?
You got My Neighbor
Yeah.
Totoro.
I never saw that one.
You never saw My Neighbor Totoro?
I never saw
Aw.
My Neighbor.
We had
Would you be my
Smeagol
neighbor?
on right now.
Oh yeah, if
He
Smeagol
would
was here.
nerd out. We would get fucking like 15 minutes of him nerding out about Naruto
Well,
because that's all he talks about
Yeah,
past couple months.
Uh-huh.
he actually asked me for my Crunchyroll information so that he could watch every little bit of Naruto, Boruto, and the movies.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Too much.
I don't know if he wants to watch Boruto. It wouldn't surprise me if he wants to watch Boruto,
I
but
think he's already started it.
I need to finish, actually. I need to go and watch Naruto, because I only remember... Well, I stopped watching when they were in the very first trials of fighting everybody. So where...
fighting everybody who, which time?
Let me get to it. It's when they're still kids, and they're all...
Talking about the Junin exams?
Yeah, it's where you have...
Oh, you are really
yeah,
far
I'm
behind.
real far behind.
No, I'm
Holy
far behind.
shit.
Well, that's the last time I watched it, because that's when I was living with one of my friends, and I was watching it through there. So, yeah, I'm
I
super
don't know.
behind.
When it comes to me though, like since you guys say Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Dragon Ball Z count, I'm far behind on all those, and I just don't think I could get back into them. Like
I-
maybe Pokemon because I still love Pokemon, but like I'm not speaking for everybody, but I just feel like Yu-Gi-Oh fell off and Dragon Ball Z is just not the same. Like from what I've
Dragon-
seen and heard.
I love
If
Dragon
you
Ball
watch
Z.
Dragon Ball Z, like actual Dragon Ball Z and not Dragon Ball Z Kai, the Nickelodeon shit, if you go through and watch all of Dragon Ball Z, it's actually really good. I just
Mhm.
finished Dragon Ball Super a couple months ago, actually, and it was really good. Pokemon, I can't watch unless it's the older stuff because this newer animation style I don't care for. The newer story I don't really care for either.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have that appeal that it did years ago. I still see the appeal in the older Pokemon. Like I saw a thing for the Pokemon movie 3000. I was like, I want to watch that again.
My heart. Like, every time our son
3000.
watches that when he goes to bed and I see it's on and I'm going to the bathroom to take my contacts out to get ready for bed.
3000?
Yeah, the new one.
2000.
Or, no, the brand new one they remade. The Pokemon Forever or whatever.
Oh, that's Pokemon the movie. That's the
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 one that,
Netflix one.
remake.
the remake of it.
The remake Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'll sit
that's-
there and I'll just stay in his doorway.
And that's right. Holding
Watching it.
You're right. You've been sitting here correcting me. I'm thinking of the Pokemon, the third movie. I don't know why I'm calling it Pokemon 3000.
That was the one with Lugia, wasn't it?
No, Pokemon the movie 2000 had Lugia.
That's
Pokemon the third movie had Entei.
See, the Lugia
Yeah,
one had my
dog.
favorite song when she's sitting there playing that ocarina.
Mhm.
That's my favorite song. of the
I'll
entire
always
movie.
recognize that
Oh,
song
yeah.
whenever it even starts playing. I'm like, hey, that's Lugia's song.
That's Lugia.
I'm
song.
behind on them too. I stopped watching the movies after the third one, and I know there's like no. I could. Yeah, I stopped watching them after the third one. I've never seen like the fourth or fifth, and then I've seen the Pokemon I Choose You. And I've seen the Pokemon Netflix one, the Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah,
There's
Pikachu,
another one I
Pikachu, yeah.
watched. I started watching all the ones that were on Netflix, the movie wise, and then Netflix started making like their own Pokemon TV show, and I just no, I can't. I don't have time for all that.
Freaking Netflix coming in clutch with getting that extra money.
Yeah, they gotta fucking compete with everybody.
Mm.
They're like, we're gonna buy Nickelodeon. Well, I don't know if they bought Nickelodeon, but they like have all Nickelodeon stuff on there
All right,
to
cool.
try to compete
Put
with
fucking
Disney
Rocket Power on there.
Why not Rocket Power?
Rocket Power is fantastic.
Like I said,
I was gonna bring that up.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Oh my, that's a good one.
And you got all those. You got a lot of really like real fucked up anime.
Like Parasite.
I wouldn't say Parasite's necessarily fucked up. It's a horror genre type. It's gory. I wouldn't say it's horror. It's a gore style anime that can be a little fucked up. But you've got anime out there that if anyone ever says anime is for kids, you just show them that anime and they'd be like, well, that's not anime. No, it literally is anime. It's
Yeah.
just really, really, really fucked up, like Berserk.
Oh yeah, I love Berserk.
Berserk is not for kids.
No.
Nothing about Berserk is for kids. In the manga, I believe, for Berserk, there's literally a scene where he's fucking a demon chick. Literally fucking her. And then when he's done, I think he sticks his shotgun up her badge and pulls the trigger.
I thought that was Bible Black.
That might have been Bible Black.
That was Bible Black.
Was that Bible Black?
Yeah, that's a hentai. That's a little bit different from anime. We're gonna steer
I
away.
thought that was Berserk.
No, that's
Berserk
Bible
still
Black.
gets pretty fucked up.
We will leave
Yeah.
hentai off this one.
Hentai can get a little
Hentai,
funky
yeah,
too, but
yeah.
I just
Hentai
got
is most
curious.
definitely 18 plus.
what's that?
And looked up how long Rocket Power ran for, and I didn't know it ran for 4 seasons, over 70 episodes.
You know, let me look up a picture of it so I know what the hell Rocket Power. Because I may or may not have seen it, but it doesn't sound familiar.
That was like my first like real take of wanting to be like a skateboarder, and what got
Oh
me into
yeah, I wanted to go to Hawaii.
in hopes that the shop was there, but you knew it was
Yeah.
a cartoon.
Yeah, that's Rocket Power.
I remember the anime style or the animation style, but no, I never watched it.
Yeah, Rocket Power
Another-
was the shit.
Another good one that was, or in my personal opinion, Rugrats.
I never liked Rugrats.
Rugrats has actually been rather controversial here lately about the backstory behind a lot of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when they did All Grown Up.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
they've
well,
been
Grown Up-
babies for freaking
well,
decades.
no, because here's what they did. They
Bart
did.
Simpson's been fuck ever for fuck ever, and then the
Well, here's
South
what
Park
happened
characters
with-
have only went up 1 grade in fucking my whole life.
Here's what happened with Rugrats and why All Grown Up, the movie or the TV series, didn't make any sense.
Because we're all grown up now.
No, because you had the babies and they were doing their thing.
Yeah.
And then it was either a movie or an episode where I think Tommy is like, what will it be like when we're in, when we're grown up and going to this high school we've heard about.
Mm.
And he dreams about it. That's all that was it was a dreamscape done up by Tommy. I think it was
I think there
Tommy.
was a movie, what you're talking about, but then they actually did like a season or 2
Yeah,
of the TV
they-
show.
then
and
they
I
turned
was
around
like,
and-
no.
They made it a TV show when we already found out that all this didn't actually happen. None of this is real.
Hmm.
So why are you
And now
doing
it-
this?
And now it's rebooted on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. It just made no sense. And you got the first Rugrats movie where Tommy almost kills Dill with a jar of peanut butter.
Bro, the first Rugrat movie was phenomenal.
I personally prefer the Wild Thornberry Rugrats movie.
I didn't really care for Wild Thornberries. I liked Donnie because he was so just fucking out
Well,
of this world.
He was also the guitarist from Red Hot Chili Pepper Flea that did his voice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's legit. Made
What do you have to do? He just went in the studio and fucking babbled.
Yeah.
noise.
Now, the Rugrats Wild Thornberry crossover movie was good. And we don't see crossover movies too often anymore. Because
Mhm.
back in the day, you had the Rugrats and Wild Thornberry. Then you had the Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. Like
That was
3
good.
different times you had Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner coming together to fight something, which is fantastic.
Did that happen?
Yes,
Huh.
3 times at least.
Yeah, because there was like one where like Jimmy crossed over to the Fairly Odd Parents, then they had to do it where
Timmy
Timmy
went
went
over
into
there. Then they did one where like their universes were colliding, so it was like a cross between the 2 worlds.
Huh.
And it was real weird looking because in one section you'd have a 3D side, and then across the street it would be a 2D side, and it was really trippy, really cool, but really trippy.
Weird.
I
Yeah.
loved Jimmy Neutron because of Shane and how
Yeah.
nerdy he was and goofy.
This is my Ultra Lord, Shane. This is the 4th show and tell in a row that you've brought Ultra Lord to class. That's the Jimmy Neutron movie.
That movie was fucking good. I probably burnt that one to the fucking.
Yeah.
See, I never got into Neutron. I never thought Jimmy Neutron was funny.
That's because you're not.
Jimmy's mom.
Just kidding.
I will kick your
Jimmy.
ass, bro.
Jimmy's mom.
Yeah, I like Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents was my thing. I loved watching that.
Yeah. But
I
like,
liked it, but I wasn't like huge on it.
I think the last crossover event I heard about was in Nickelodeon, again, because they were like the king of it. And it was Victorious with somebody. I want to say One Direction. Because I know One Direction had a crossover.
Mm.
And I know Victorious had a crossover. But I don't remember if they were with each other. Or
I know the Jonas Brothers was on Hannah Montana.
Yeah. This one was on Nickelodeon, though. I know that for a fact. Because Jonas Brothers and Hannah Montana were Disney.
Big Time Rush was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it might have been Big Time Rush that I'm thinking of, not One Direction. But it might have been Big Time Rush that had the... Because One Direction didn't have their own show, did they?
No.
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 They
So
were
it was
just
it was Big Time Rush, and they collabed with somebody else. And I know Victorious did as well. That's how we got that Sam and...
Well,
what's her name
Sam and Cat was just another money grab because you took Cat from Victorious and then Sam from iCarly.
and they just played their same characters in a different show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were... Then you had, like, in Cartoon Network, you would have Scooby-Doo, and then suddenly Batman's there.
Yeah, Scooby Doo and Supernatural.
That crossover episode
I still need to watch that episode. I still need to
Is-
get caught up.
fucking hilarious because you get to watch the Scooby Gang have an existential crisis about them being a TV show.
Like, dude, you can't tell them they're a TV show.
It's exactly what happens because Sam is about to be like, we got to tell them. We got to let them know that there's an actual demon actually killing people right now. And he's about to go tell him, and Dean pulls him back. He's like, dude, you can't do that. TV show, you're gonna ruin it. Besides, I know how this episode's end. I've seen it ends. I've seen it a million times. Like he called
Danny
out.
Phantom was a fucking good one.
Danny Phantom was amazing.
It was fun. I liked Ben 10 in the very beginning.
Ben 10 and Ben 10 when he's a teenager were both fine. They could have ended it with there. But now we got Ben 10 Omniverse, and they didn't need to do that.
Yeah, there was a TV show in the morning I would watch before I got on the bus to go to school, and I absolutely adored watching it. It was Mighty Max. It was a little boy that somehow went into a portal into like a demon dimension and would just fight bad guys and stuff, and it was just really awesome, and I loved watching it before school. I always hated...
That's where all this came from.
I know there was... I would only ever get to really watch episodes of it if I either missed the bus, didn't go to school. It was one of them, you don't have cable. You have base TV. You turn it to channel 4. Or whatever, like PBS Kids, whatever the fuck that was.
PBS.
And I want to
Yeah, that's
say
all I had.
I want to say it was after Secondhand Lions that it came on. And it was this real 2D animation learning show. I think it had 3 kids. They went into cyberspace. I think it was literally called cyberspace. I think. I don't remember. But I remember watching the hell out of that. And then I'd come back from school and watch Family Guy or The Simpsons.
course, when you're sick, we all watch that one TV show, The Price is Right. Every kid watches that when they're sick home from school, is just watching The Price is
Nope,
Right.
because I got bored with The Price is Right. You want to know what I started
Price
watching?
wrong, Bob.
You want to know what I started watching?
What?
Fucking Maury.
Oh, God.
No, fucking Judge Judy.
Do what? Oh yeah, Judge Judy.
I love
I remember
Judge
having
Judy.
her on as background noise while playing Roller Coaster Tycoon on the Windows 97 computer.
Where you have that boom, boom,
Well,
Or
that's that was the People's Court.
Yeah, that's the People's Court.
or as a kid, you always like left your TV on, you'd fall asleep, and then just fucking 3 a.m. And you're
No.
like, oh, son of a bitch.
Now I don't know about you, when I left my TV on and I woke up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning,
It's infomercials.
it wasn't an infomercial.
Hmm.
It was a sex hotline.
Oh, well,
And
that was come on too.
Every kid called it.
He's got big boobies. I'm gonna call.
Honey, why do I have a $400 phone bill?
Don't ask questions.
Mind your own business.
It's
Shit.
good times as kids.
Mhm.
Anime and cartoons now starting to get. I don't know, because a lot of cartoons now have a lot. I don't want to say better messages, because times have changed. The messages are different now.
They're a bit more obvious now than they were before.
Well, it's not only that. So, watching SpongeBob and Rocket Power and Scooby Doo Adventures and
Can't stand SpongeBob.
Codename Kids Next Door, I don't recall ever hearing about any sort of gay character or a depressed character or just any sort of character that might be suffering from something external or internal.
Mhm.
You never really heard about it. It was all laughing and making good moral choices, and you had Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that taught you to be, good morals, and
Well, he also dealt with prejudice and that, but
and then you also had The Crocodile Hunter, taught you how to be good with animals. You had all these shows that taught you
Crikey.
different things. And now you go in and you watch Steven Universe or that Shira.
Shira.
Yeah, and you go and watch She-Ra, and you just go watch all these different shows, and they're teaching kids that it's okay if people are homosexual. It's okay if people have a different worldview. It's perfectly fine if this person doesn't understand something the way you do.
Well, because back then it was still taboo, and you keep it under the rug. You don't tell nobody, and you suffer in silence.
Right. So I don't want to say that cartoons now compared to cartoons back then, the lessons are better or worse. They're just different because times are changing.
Mm-hmm.
I will say they get a lot of really dumb shit going on in these newer
Yeah.
cartoons that don't necessarily belong anywhere, but
Mm-hmm. I agree.
that could just be I'm an adult now and I look at it as dumb, whereas kids look at it as,
It's funny.
yeah.
Let's see. What was some? 'Cause I know me, like as I've gotten older, I've loved watching a lot more animes and stuff like that. Like I know as I got older and I started watching. Besides Naruto, I was watching Full Metal Alchemist. I loved Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal was good. You want to know what my first anime was? Yu Yu Hakusho.
Really?
Yep, that was my first ever anime, and for the longest time I thought the person with black hair was a chick. And I realized, wait a minute, that's a dude.
That's
He just
a
got
dude.
really long, black, spiky hair.
I actually had two first animes. Mine was Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon.
As a kid, I didn't care for either one of those. I still don't care for Sailor Moon.
I love Sailor Moon. I would love to get caught back up on it. And then I also watched
All right, after
is
that,
it?
I'll take my leave. But you didn't do anything. Goodbye.
goodbye.
That's what's his name? White Hat or whatever?
The Tuxedo Mask.
Tuxedo.
I had a huge crush on Tuxedo Mask.
No, you have a huge crush on Kakashi.
You leave my Kakashi daddy alone.
Kakashi Sensei.
Kakashi.
Use the fuck out of me.
He can just.
No.
Stop.
That's why he bought me a costume about it.
Yeah, that's
so
why
that
I
I could
like
dress
him.
up in it.
And you still need to put it on so I can be all like
Yeah.
Kakashi Sensei. Drool.
Yeah.
What was another one? And then
Oh, Digimon's an anime as
Digimon.
well.
Yeah,
I didn't
Then-
really care for it.
I
Well,
liked
It's
it.
okay to be wrong.
I actually liked it a lot better than Pokemon.
Excuse me?
I like Digimon.
As a kid, if we went back in time, or not even back in time, if you would ask anybody around at that age, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon, like no one's gonna pick Digimon over the two.
I had a few friends that, as a kid, preferred Digimon to Yu-Gi-Oh
Well, your
or
friends
Pokemon.
were wrong.
We walked around with Digivices. We had one that I thought was real cool. It was like the 4th or 5th season of Digimon. 4th or 5th arc, I should say.
They made it that far.
They made it a lot further than that.
I'm sorry.
They've got over 12, 13. I want to say with this latest rendition of Digimon, they're running just as long as Pokemon has, if not longer. I don't know which came first, Digimon or Pokemon. But they're still running.
I think after the first season of Digimon, I started to not like it because then it was just getting repetitive and same thing over and over again. Just like, eh. But I liked it.
Now, we had these Digivices, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So you had a Digimon on it. It was like a little Tadachi thing. But you had your own Digimon on there.
You mean a Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi, Tadachi, whatever.
I miss Tamagotchi.
It's probably dead now. It's okay. But it was cool because you could train it on the Digivice, which was just a little handheld thing. And then whenever Digimon was on, you could put the Digivice to the TV. And whatever Digimon was currently on the TV, you would fight on your Digivice.
Well, that's pretty cool as hell.
So if you were like, I'm going to help these Digidestin fight the big bad by putting it on my Digivice and fighting alongside them, it was the coolest shit as a kid. Because you were literally real time. Well, not real time. It was real time for you, but obviously plot for the show had to go on, and it got real confusing when you beat the monster on your Digivice, but then on the show they get their asses kicked, and you're like, wait a minute. What I did was nothing. But it was just a really cool thing to do. Pokemon never had that.
I liked my
blood.
Pokédex better.
I had the Pokédex. Did you have the Pokédex that you could put like a miniature Pikachu or something on and it would read it off to you?
I don't know. It was just that red Pokédex.
I had a Pokédex Ash Ketchum combo, and the Ash stood probably about 2 feet tall. And he had a Pokeball in his hand. You could take the top of it off, and there was a little plug in there. And if you had certain Pokemon for it, you could put the Pokemon in his hand. He would say their name and be like, I choose you, and all that fun stuff.
Pikachu.
And then there was a little stadium thing that I had the same plugins, and you could put different Pokemon on this stadium and fight right there based off their moves and all that. And then there was a Pokédex that had the same plugin that you could put the Pokemon on, and it would read it off to you as their actual Pokédex entry. And it was probably my favorite Pokemon toy I had.
Then my brother got the fucking dual disc.
I had a dual disc.
Still mad about that.
Love the fucking dual disc, dude. I would pull one out right now if I had it. Have that shit folded up on my arm, press a little button on the wrist, fucking let's duel, bitch.
Use
About
it
the shit
as
you-
fucking magic.
Yeah, use it as magic, confuse everybody at the tournaments.
They're like, what the fuck is this kid on?
Life. No, another one of my favorite cartoons was Captain Planet. I loved watching Captain Planet.
With your powers combined, I am fucking useless.
I didn't know Meg Ryan was the main voice actress for the villain. I didn't know that until I got older. I'm like, holy crap.
Funny enough, shows like Captain Planet and movies like Fern Gully
Oh, yes.
actually had a direct impact on the world for the most part at the time of releases and shows and shit. We saw a decline in natural gas usage. We saw a decline in pollution all around because people were starting to care for the earth. And then when Fern Gully came out, we saw a decline in
deforestation.
deforestation in the Amazon and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of good stuff that came out of them shows and movies.
Mm-hmm. So with our animes and our cartoons, we also want to talk about Disney movies and stuff like that. Say our cartoons, or do you just want to stick to like TV shows and?
I think we can get into that.
We can get into it a little bit.
I love Disney a whole lot. Lion King's one of my favorites.
Disney likes to take
Never mind.
movie ideas from other places around the world
Just rate
and
them.
flip them on their head and throw them around in the garbage a little bit and go, look, we made a brand new Disney original movie. And then you got the people who know the lore behind the actual story, and we're like, you just stole that from Norway
Right, that didn't happen like that.
and got rid of the bad ending and replaced it with a happy ending, got rid of a couple of characters and replaced them with a bunch of dumb animals or whatever, and then bam. Like Cinderella, how she chops up her mother and then feeds her to the stepsisters.
Is that what she did in the actual?
Yeah. She got revenge by killing her evil stepmother, cooking her up, and feeding her to her stepsisters.
Because I know in the...
Or it could be backwards, where she got her revenge by killing the stepsisters and then feeding them to her stepmother.
Because I know in Sleeping Beauty they made her dance in iron shoes.
Yeah, they made her dance in hot irons.
And then in The Little Mermaid, she actually didn't get the prince.
Killed herself.
And she turned... No, she didn't... She didn't kill herself. I think she didn't get there. Like, she didn't actually win his affection because he did go off and marry someone else.
Yeah.
And in her own sorrow, she turned into sea foam.
There's that one, and then there's also the... Oh, no, it's the same story. I don't know why I thought she killed herself. When she lost her legs, or when she got her legs, rather, when she lost her tail fin and got her legs, walking on land was extremely painful for her because it felt like she was being constantly stabbed by needles in her feet. Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, and all them original stories don't have happy endings.
No, they're dark.
They actually get really dark and really gruesome. Disney just got a hold of them and turned them on their asses.
But, I mean, I think with certain films like that, you've got to give them that happy ending feel, because if you make every movie macabre and sad and, like, just lack of hope, people are just going to like, well, what's the point of watching them?
Well, then it wouldn't be a Disney movie.
Exactly. That wouldn't be a Disney movie.
You know, why do people watch horror movies?
I mean, I love horror movies. My stepmom hates them.
Uh,
I love horror movies.
Been watching the hell out of Michael Myers the past 2 nights.
Anyway, back onto Disney.
Oh,
Because we're going back towards the movie section that we did last week.
Let's see.
Yes.
I like a lot of the what was it? Disney. Oh, Don Bluth. I love Don Bluth films. The All Dogs Go to Heaven, the Rescuers, stuff like that. Oh my god, not Rescuers. The what's it called? Fievel.
Oh, Fievel.
I love that.
Was Fievel Disney?
No, Fievel was Don Bluth, I believe.
Okay. The Fievel movies were good.
I think Anastasia was also Don Bluth as well, I believe.
Probably. I know it's not. Well, a lot of people think Anastasia was Disney.
No.
No, she's not Disney. She's Fox.
Of course, you always notice that Don Bluth...
Not Disney, but...
Don Bluth always has a certain way that he draws certain characters.
We draw twinks and bears.
Twinks and bears.
If you look at the main character, the main male character from Anastasia, and then if you look at the main male character from Titan AE, they're exactly the fucking same, just wearing different clothes. And then if you look at the dad rat from Fievel, and compare it to the big Russian guy from Anastasia, they look the same, except one's a rat and one's a human. He only has 2 art styles, Twink and Butch.
I love it, though.
It's fantastic. He always has great movies, but it's just funny looking at him and going, that's just this character, but in space.
Could you imagine the powerhouse of Bluth and Disney, like, combined forces?
They'd probably sell out day one.
God. Because I'd be like, here, just take my money.
Yeah. It'd be something. Disney shows, I can't remember hardly any that I really watched. Kim Possible comes to mind.
I didn't watch many Disney cartoon shows. It was more of like the Lizzie McGuire, the Even Stevens, and all that.
I think that's why I didn't go to
Stevens,
Disney Channel.
Is that Disney?
Yeah, I think it is.
No, I thought Even Stevens was Nickelodeon.
It's Disney.
Pretty sure that's Disney.
It is.
But yeah, that's why I didn't go on to Disney Channel that often, because as a kid, I didn't want to watch real people doing shit unless it was
Right.
the Crocodile Hunter or Jeff Corwin or Mythbusters.
Yep.
I didn't care for the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Hannah Montana. I didn't care for any of those.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
wanted to watch Cartoon Kaboom.
Hannah Montana was my shit.
I never liked the live action stuff. It was just boring. I'm like, I don't want to watch this crap.
Johnny Bravo.
Oh,
on
I
the
love
other-
Johnny
That
Bravo.
was Cartoon Network. And
Yeah. Hoo-ha-hoo!
Here's a monkey with me.
Hey there, pretty mobile.
Oh. Hey, here's a fun joke for you. What's Johnny Bravo's favorite president?
Oh, Bubba.
Oh, Baba.
What else was there?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes,
The
Dexter's
voice
Laboratory.
The voice actress for Muriel passed away recently,
Yeah, she did. That's really sad.
Damn.
and that's actually rather sad.
Mhm.
But this is life. She lived a nice long life,
Mhm.
90 something, I believe.
Give or take.
Taking care of a pussy ass pink dog.
That pussy ass Pete dog could guard my house any day, though.
Right. We might.
Nothing. Muriel never died in that entire show because of Courage.
Oh, the things I do for love.
Bathtub Barracuda, what is your wisdom?
Jesus. Of course,
Dexter's
but
Lab.
yes, I love him. DD. I love Dexter's Laboratory. It's one of my favorites, and I also loved Cow and Chicken. Even though it was cute, but I loved it.
Cow and Chicken was dumb.
Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls.
Mojo Jojo.
So many hidden things in the two cartoons you just named. Cow and Chicken had so many innuendos. Powerpuff Girls had so many innuendos. There's literally a scene in Powerpuff Girls where the secretary lady takes a pencil while she's talking to the mayor, and she's talking all seductive like while slowly putting a pencil in and out of a pencil sharpener. And he's sitting there getting really sweaty and nervous and red in the face.
Dad's trophy.
Like I
that one.
I couldn't remember that, but like as you were saying that, like I was like, "Yep, I remember that."
You can picture it because it happened.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. Rocco
I
from Rocco's Modern
Oh
Life
my
worked
God.
at a sex.
Yeah, he was a sex worker.
He was
Like,
a sex
Yeah.
worker.
You didn't know that.
What was the doctor's name?
Dr. Bendover?
Yeah.
He wasn't a real doctor, though.
And then the eye exam in that doctor's thing, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
the doctor's room, it had a innuendo hidden in it as well if you put it all together.
Did it?
Yeah.
I never noticed it.
You would have to I'll look it up while we talk about other things, and then I'll bring it back up.
What was it? What else did I like to watch cartoon-wise? I just loved watching like cartoons and animes and even as an adult now, I still love watching cartoons. Like there'll be some cartoons that our son's watching downstairs, and I'll walk by the front room to go to the dining room to get on my computer, and something will happen. It'll catch my eye, and I'll turn around and be like, and I'll catch my husband doing too, and we'll be standing there just watching whatever it is he's watching for a little bit, and then like half an hour passes, and you realize you're still standing there like, what the hell am I doing?
Here's 3 for you. Codenames Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I love that
Yeah.
one.
And Ed, Edd, and Eddy.
See, I never liked Ed, Edd and Eddy. Ed and Eddy was never funny to me.
Fuck out of
I actually didn't like them too much either. There'd be a couple episodes I watched, but other than that,
Yeah, to me they weren't funny. Like
I like chickens. I don't.
Ren and Stimpy
I
was
love
my jam. I love Ren and Stimpy.
so in the eye chart, it says I am a prisoner in Crazy Doc's broom closet. So that was one of them. And then you got one-on-one hotline, and it says, remember, be hot, be naughty, be...
Something but be courteous, I think.
Yeah, be courteous. There was a lot of hidden things. On the subject of Codename Kids Next Door, the Codename Kids Next Door movie, when you find out his dad was number 0, was really fucking good.
I don't think I ever seen it.
Really? It is fantastic. The last episode of Codename Kids Next Door was heart-wrenching. Because that's how they ended it all, was number 1 goes to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves everybody behind. They all wish him good luck.
Why did that do that? Oh, because I'm in the wrong layer, that's why. Oh well.
How long have we been going?
Not that long.
It always feels like not that long.
We literally just started. You tired of talking to us already?
No, I'm just making sure because it's getting on to 6:40.
They don't have to be an hour long.
It's 40 minutes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. God damn.
But I mean, even like, we don't have to stretch for an hour every time. Like if, like,
Well, it's not that I'm running out of stuff to talk about. It's I want to make sure that I am ready for this bracket tonight.
Yeah, he's just being mindful of his time for League, which is
get
understandable.
ready.
I am ready. My computer's on. I think League's open too. Sure is.
Sure is.
I just got to get a hold of the team and be like, hey guys, when are we doing this?
You know what cartoon that I used to love as a kid that I can't stand now as an adult? Beavis and Butthead.
I actually never watched Beavis and Butthead.
Loved Beavis and Butthead when I was younger. I was like, hey, stupid. Now that I'm older, I'm like, man, this is really stupid. I can't stand watching this.
The only thing I know of Beavis and Butthead is, I am the Great Cornholio.
I need TP for my bunghole.
I need TV for my bunghole.
Shut up, butthead.
Yeah.
X sounded just like Beavis.
Yeah.
When he wanted to, he'd sound just like him. It made me giggle every time. Another good one is that that's actually a lot more risque that they didn't show on TV was Ren and Stimpy. Like the sexual innuendos in that joke.
They showed Ren and Stimpy on TV.
I know, but not all of them. Like,
Oh no, because there was a lot of shit they couldn't get away with. A lot of shit didn't get past the censors.
Yeah, like, oh my god. But there was, like, the episodes are really messed up, though, because you're sitting there going, man, this is a little creepy. I had the video game
Was
of
it
it, though.
Rocco's Modern Life where they had the asp joke? When they're talking about how nice Mr. Boss's asps are.
I don't remember. It might have been.
And no, it's Cow and Chicken. Because it's got that devil.
Oh, yeah, I love the devil.
But the devil's wearing something really, really skimpy. And they just go, wow, nice asp. And somebody in there's like, wait, you can't say that. This is a kid's show. And he's like, no, I'm saying asp.
Asp.
What are you talking about? What's an asp? He's like, that's an asp. And it's just a room full of asps, the snakes.
Highly venomous snakes.
Yes. It's an ass joke, but they knew what they were doing.
It's like that one TikTok I showed you. It's like, man, this tastes like ass. Pours a coffee out. There's an actual ass inside the coffee cup. That made me giggle. That's stupid dad humor. No, what was the... Get your... What are there any cartoons that have been playing recently that anybody likes? I know I haven't watched very many of them, but...
Cartoon-wise?
Cartoon or anime?
Anime, I just finished The Misfit at Demon Academy. I finished that in one night. Because I couldn't sleep, and it was 12 a.m., and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch this anime I've seen a lot about, and I stayed up till 6 a.m. watching every single episode.
I need to finish Miss Kobayashi.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid's good.
I know, because you finished watching it, and you're like,
I haven't finished watching it. I haven't fucked with season 3, because they're nothing but animated shorts.
Oh. Yeah, I told you about it. You're like, it doesn't sound interesting. I don't want to watch it.
And then I watched it. I was like, well, this is actually pretty interesting. What the hell?
I told you it was good. I need to get caught up on it.
Yeah. It's on that Crunchyroll subscription I gave you.
I know. I'll watch it eventually.
You got a lot of anime out there that just have weird title names, and I thought it stopped with, like, is it wrong to pick up girl, or is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? That's a legit title of a legit anime, and I thought it was going to be dumb. And then I watched it. I was like, this is actually really fucking good.
I got turned into, or when that time I was reincarnated as a, ooze?
It's that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which you think sounds really stupid. But then you watch it, and it's actually one of the top-rated anime right now. And it's really fucking good. But then you got really dumb ones that are like that time I got reincarnated as a refrigerator with my cell phone.
Excuse me?
It's a legit title.
Trust me.
It exists.
Okay.
That one Ragnarok one that I watched, it's Ragnarok like being reincarnated with my smartphone. And when you think about it logically, it doesn't make any sense. He gets reincarnated into another world that takes place during an olden time of like Ragnarok and all that. And he has a solar-powered smartphone, which is fine. Sure, the phone can stay on because it's solar-powered. That makes sense. How is he calling his girlfriend, who is in present-day Japan, when if he's back in time, cell towers didn't exist?
Mm-hmm.
How is he able to look up these military strategies on the internet when the internet doesn't exist?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it was a good anime, but
One of those MacGuffin type things.
no, there was no MacGuffin. It was all about a guy who cheated his way up into leadership by just having a phone that he could look anything up on somehow. Never got explained. There's only like 6 episodes to it or something like that.
Weird. I mean, whatever people like.
Yeah. Where's my 4 Kids double Bible Black?
Oh, jeez. No! Bad! Bad Wolf.
Black Clover is one I've heard a bit about that I've thought about looking into, but I don't really want to because it doesn't really look like my shtick.
There's one, the Clover people that do the Clover, what are they called? Mangas.
Mm-hmm.
When they make movies, like Chobits was really good. And then the one where you have Chobits, not Chobits, sorry, Chobits. And then you have the one with all the art girls, the 4 art girls that go to school. I can't remember the name of that anime. But it's just these 4 girls going to school, and it's really awesome. It's just something real cute. And then you have a bunch of other ones that just...
Bible Black?
Not Bible Black. You leave Bible Black out of this. No. Bad. But, like, they're really cute. I like them. Like, they're just really adorable and wholesome. Yeah. Go.
Look at that anime that has the bunny.
Bible Black is not family friendly. You keep your mouth shut.
It would be family friendly if there was a 4 Kids dub.
Would you quit trying to kill our roommate, please?
But there was that anime that had the rabbit in it, and it's like, we can't be together, and I know why. It's not because you're just a bunny. It's because you're black. He's just a black bunny with a demon inside of him.
It's like the way he talked to me. It's like, touch me. The way he did it.
No, it's his laugh. His gentle voice. Touch me. His repose. Touch me harder. Animes for kids, by the way.
Touch me harder.
Children should watch Madoka.
Oh God, no. How would you
It's gone
make a
too
contract
far.
with me and become a magical girl? Oh Jesus.
No, everyone needs to see, what is it? The sport anime where the girls stand on a platform and they have to use their tits and ass to knock each other off.
What about the cooking anime?
Oh yeah, your cookie anime that you just watched.
Food Wars is not for kids. Nothing about that show is for kids.
I mean, they technically don't get naked.
No, they get naked. It's just covered by the food. And no amount of food stops the orgasm noises that come out of their mouths after they eat the food. The food is so powerful it rips their clothes off of them, and they're all naked, moaning ecstatically because it's that fucking delicious.
I mean, at least it's
Yeah, okay.
Can't say I've ever had a pizza tear my clothes off.
I mean, you complain when you have to eat undoctored pizzas whenever I'm not home.
It's because I'm a sophisticated white boy.
No, you're a sophisticated redneck. Get it right.
I'm not a redneck.
I know that neck looks pretty red from over here, boy.
not shit for someone who takes.
But you also got a lot of weird anime like Monster Musume.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Monster Musume is cute, and then it has its moments where you're like, and then you have your moments where you're like, oh god, and then it goes back to being cute, and you're like, okay.
There's one that's really another really bloody one is the Blood Plus series, because that gets really like I liked like the first couple ones, but then I think the remakes after it was kind of like eh.
The first episode of Monster Masune, you could play snakefucker.mp4 over and it'd be the same thing.
Oh no.
I'm not wrong. No actual sex happens, but it's implied. It is
It's heavily
heavily implied.
They never fuck.
implied.
No,
No,
they don't. But she does get off a couple times.
I mean, wouldn't you? If you were a giant lamia?
I don't know. And
Excuse me as I die.
then you got I keep trying to think of like Redo the Healer, which is a good anime, or Redo of a Healer, or whatever the fuck it's called. Then you've got How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, which is a great anime.
Oh, we also have one that we forgot to talk about.
Huh.
Beastars.
Beastars
I
is an
love
anime. It is a 3D
Beastars.
rendered styled anime. And it's good. It's a slice of life anime that turns into a murder mystery anime.
It does really good though with the whole plight of, you know, there's still that animosity between two races, and like they deal with that racism really
We also
well.
haven't talked about the 7 Deadly Sins either.
Oh yeah, Seven Deadly Sins, yes. I'm sorry we couldn't finish that last night. I was just so tired.
I know.
I wanted to go to bed. But Seven Deadly Sins is a really good anime, Alpha. You should really watch it. You might like it.
I think you actually would like it.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really wholesome
I
and
think
really
I
funny.
would be. I don't know. Just a lot of anime doesn't catch my eye. It's not that I don't have any hatred towards it or anything. I just.
I think you'd like it if you gave it a shot.
Mhm.
It's on Netflix. It's all in English. You can get it in Japanese if you want it, but it's in English.
Yeah, it's really good. So I think it's pretty cool. But what else is there really good? Like I know I need to sit down and
Monster
watch.
Girl Doctor's funny.
God.
Species reviewer.
No! There's a reason you can only get that on Amazon. I've looked. It's only on Amazon.
Do I even want to know?
No. Yes, but no. Not here. Not while we're live. It is a borderline hentai being sold as a regular anime.
Jesus.
I say borderline respectively because it's being portrayed as a normal anime.
Ugh,
I'm sure it's got a great plot.
I'm sure it does.
It's hidden by all the porn.
Speaking of plot, another good cartoon that I really like is actually, believe it or not, now that I'm older, is My Little Pony. It's actually really good now. Like it really is. Like it's a lot. It's not the cheesy '80s version of, you know, happiness and yay and we'll do this. It's actually, you know, hey, there's some serious issues here. Like they deal with like racism, hatred,
And you
self-hatred,
know how they solve all of it?
depression. Friendship is magic.
Yeah, it's literally through the power of friendship. Fuck you.
I mean, but it's true though. Like
Big
with
Red.
shut up. Like okay, so if let's say you're having a bad day, like, and I really need advice, you know, I can sit and call my best friend, and he'll sit there and he'll talk to me and he'll get me into a spot where I'm a lot better. You know, through his friendship does make me feel better and help me see things. So it's not saying friendship heals everything, but sometimes you just need that really close friend to talk to that can help make you feel better.
They beat every bad guy through the power of rainbow and friendship.
They use, well, not always. Sometimes they
If it's a big bad guy with magical powers, they all get together.
they
and
usually
try
they usually do it 2-part and they lose the first time
Yes.
because they see either failings in themselves and
Mhm.
you know, or but yes, friendship is the main.
It's Care Bears.
It's not
Instead of the Care Bears stare, you have unicorns firing lasers out of their horn.
taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
That's exactly what I've been talking about this entire time, and you're only just now getting it.
No, there was one. Back to a previous conversation about how cartoons back in the day didn't deal with like depression and stuff like that. There's one that did.
Mm,
You just didn't notice it.
mm.
Winnie the Pooh.
Oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh dealt with it pretty well.
You had your narcissist, you had your depressed, you had your anxiety, you had your eating disorders, but it was just hidden so well.
Mhm.
But I loved Eeyore. Eeyore's really the only character from Winnie the Pooh I loved. Like I remember I was playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time, and we
Yeah,
went
you
to we went to the Winnie Pooh world for the first time, and you're sitting there talking to Pooh, and then all of a sudden a Piglet clock walks up, and I'm sitting in a room full of my friends, and I go, "Aw, Piglet, fucker, cut you up, makes bacon out of you. Come here."
Yeah.
But I think cartoons are a good way that they're a way to bring people together because there's so many things that you can relate to with cartoons, like the messages in the cartoons and things like that make you see things in a different light or a different way, or there are things that you can a complete stranger be like, "Hey, have you ever seen this? Oh yeah, I love this. Well, what about?" And you can strike up a friendship by that, by just your love of certain things. That's the power of cartoons, man.
Well, even like as a 29-year-old, if I have a bad dream or like it was like horrifying or whatever, I'll wake up and I'll turn on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon and watch whatever's on for like a half hour until I can fall back asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I don't feel good, there's some days where I'll be on, or if I like go out and my niece and nephew are watching cartoons, I'm like, I used to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
used
kind
to
of like what
love
you
this.
said when you were like when your son's sitting there and you're like lose time because you're like, oh shit, I've been here an hour.
Right? It's like, oh man, I love this episode. And you sit
I
there
think
and
Ryan was watching Troll Hunters, is what he was watching one day, and I sat there. We were supposed to be leaving for dinner, and I was waiting on them to get ready, and it was on the TV, and I just sat there and watched that thing for a hot minute. And then our son was done, so he was sitting on the couch watching it with me. And he and I were both just sitting there watching it. You came in, you watched a little bit of it, then picked up the remote, turned it off.
Yeah, we gotta go. They suck you in, man. If they got a good plot to them, and you really like it, you'll just sit there and you'll just veg out and watch it. And there's nothing
Or it
wrong
just
with that.
reminds you of the good old days when you had no problems.
You wake up early Saturday morning with a bowl of Cheerios and Fruity Pebbles, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there watching your Saturday morning cartoons.
Just enjoying every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I miss those days of just carefreeness and not caring.
I could still do that on a Saturday, but I don't wake up enough.
You
I
know,
don't wake up early enough.
you don't. You woke up at like what, 1:30 today?
Yeah, I woke up at noon. Got out of bed at 1:30.
But we did go camping over the weekend, so I can forgive you for that one. We were a little tired.
I'm about to start a week of waking up at 5 in the morning.
You'll be all right.
Those days are over for me.
No, you got to wake up at 6 in the afternoon.
Sucker.
Gonna be something.
I think you'll be leaving work when, if everything goes right, I would be leaving my shop.
Mm.
If that interstate wasn't still fucking under construction, I'd be passing by there every day.
To where we live, where they're always doing construction on the road.
Yeah.
That is a constant here where we live. Swear to God, state flower should be the freaking orange barrels that you see everywhere.
All right, we're gonna cut this podcast here. Kind of just all over the place in terms of cartoons and anime and. Here's another anime trope you see fucking everywhere. There's always going to be one female anime character with huge tits.
Oh yeah.
Huge
Like,
Mahungalungabagungas.
Oh, what is that anime called that I absolutely adore? Slayers. Slayers is great. The main character is an itty bitty girl with a flat pancake chest, and her nemesis, I say nemesis in quotations, is this big, tall, like huge, busty girl. Like, oh my god, I love
In
this Slayers
How Not
anime.
to Summon a Demon Lord, there's a scene where he's falling over and he hits the girl with the big boobs and he just like bounces off her chest. And he's like, oh yes, it's so soft, so springy and so nice. But her boobs bounced him towards his other girl that he's got with him, who's flat chested. And he hits it and he's like, oh, brick wall. And slides down. And it's just funny.
That's funny. But if you guys have some of your favorite animes and cartoons that you like, put it in the comment section for us. Tell us what your favorite anime is, why you like it, who's some of your favorite characters. If you have favorite voice actors, like I love Black Butler and I love the voice of Sebastian. So, yes. So let us know what some of your favorite cartoons and animes are, and stay happy and healthy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for us. Follow the Tru Alpha on Twitch. Follow us on Facebook
so.
at Wolfcast Podcast. So let us be the #1 podcast in your heart. So we really appreciate you guys, and thank you for watching. So we'll see you next time. Bye!
Later.
Bye!